Today on Nat Chats, what I want to talk about is when you're buying a property, don't be a smart ass. What do I mean by that? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to say when you're making an offer for a property, be mindful about how easy or difficult you are making it for the seller to consider, particularly in relation to your conditions. Now, it's very common for conditions to be attached to the purchase of the property, and the most common ones are subject to finance and subject to a building and a timber pest and termite inspection. And most selling agents will have standard conditions to add to the offers for building and pest, and a subject to finance condition is already written into the offer documents here in WA. Where it tends to get complicated is when people try to add in additional conditions or write their own conditions. And that tends to happen for three reasons. The first is that you've been bitten in the past, so that's understandable. You've purchased a property and something happened post-settlement and you got stung, so you want to try and protect yourself the second time. The second reason is that you've often been given a lot of advice by friends and family about what you should be putting in an offer for the property. And the third is that you might be a lawyer or have a friend that's a lawyer and they just simply don't like the standard conditions and can't help themselves and want to rewrite it. Sorry, had to say it. So how do you put your additional conditions in place or get your issues addressed and your concerns responded to without making your offer unwieldy, impractical, or too difficult to deal with and scaring off the seller, because that can happen? Well, the first is if your selling agent isn't aware of the issues, they can't help you deal with the concerns. So if you've got a particular problem, talk to your selling agent and they might be able to have that addressed for you, and you might be able to do the additional investigations you need prior to submitting an offer. That would be the ideal. The second is that you ask your selling agent to help you craft a condition that is going to address your particular issue, and they can often be easily done. Now, the third is to get advice from a licensed settlement agent, and a lot of people don't use that route as much as they should. It's certainly much cheaper than going to a lawyer. It's probably going to be a lot more practical. It will actually probably be able to be met, and it's probably likely to be much fairer to the seller as well, and something that they're happier to deal with. Licensed settlement agents can be great for helping you to add additional conditions or address specific concerns on an offer. So make sure you utilise those resources. Now, the other thing to be wary of when you're adding conditions to an offer, particularly if you're in competition with other buyers for a property, is that, again, the seller is going for the easiest route to the result. They're going to be looking at both price and conditions. And if there are other buyers with a similar price but much more attractive and lesser conditions, they're going to go for that offer instead of yours. So be very mindful if you're in competition about how those conditions can work against you. At the end of the day, if you need any advice or help when you're looking to buy, please give me a call. I'm available for a chat, although I am not a licensed settlement agent or lawyer. My number is 0405 812 273 and my email address is natalie@belcourtproperty.com.au. Remember, easiest route to the result. Don't try and be too clever. Chat to your selling agent or a settlement agent, and that way you're likely to be more successful buying. Have a great day.